What's up, fellow citizens of the world? Jordan Patrick here, bringing you this part 2 of this series that I did, question and answer on Instagram. I've decided to change up the scenery a little bit, and let's get started. On y va, c'est parti. So this next question that I got is actually from a friend of mine from the States, and she's now been living in Germany for some time. And she was asking me if I have any habits that I picked up here in France, and the answer is yes. Oh my gosh, I have so many. So the first thing that I find myself doing is eating a lot healthier than I did back in the States, because also the portions are much smaller here. So the things that I'm putting into my body, it's much more healthy, and I'm able to fit better in tighter clothes as well, because here, that's another thing that I've really changed is my style. So you can't really tell now based on what I'm wearing, but I do tend to wear sizes that are a bit smaller than what I was wearing in the States. And my dad always makes fun of me for it because of my tight jeans and everything. Also, I'm walking a lot more and taking public transportation whenever possible. And in the States, that wasn't really a thing, because in California, we do have some buses, but it's not as intricate, the system, and it's not as good as it is in Europe in general. And so whenever I do visit home, I do tend to take the tramway down to LA and then take the metro, which is never something I would have done back in the day, because we're so used to driving our cars in the US, our big, massive trucks. So yeah, these are a few of the things that I've definitely changed since living abroad. So this next question that I got, I'm not really sure exactly what it means, but I think that they're asking me to compare some cultural differences between China and the US. But I've actually never been to Asia besides Israel, so I can't really answer this question. But, you know, whenever coronavirus is all said and done, I would love to eventually make my way over to China. These next two questions about dating and if I'm single, I did answer those questions in another video, so I'm going to link it up above if you want to go watch that. Okay, so this next one is really important because it has to do with the time that we're living in today currently, and it's asking if I thought about going to do quarantine with my family in the States. And the answer is yes, I did think about it, but we don't want to be going around seeing all of these people because we might have the virus and it could be transmissible. So yeah, I did think about it, but for the safety of my family and my loved ones, I didn't want to take that risk. This next one, I left it in here. I've shown all the questions that I've got, and this one is a cultural difference between the US and in Europe in general, and that's talking about circumcision. And yeah, it's true that in Europe, most people are uncircumcised or uncut. And in the States, most people are circumcised or cut. So there you go. So these last two, I almost forgot them. But this first one, French kissing in the States versus French kissing in France. It's a universal term, but here we just call it kissing. And the French are very, very passionate. And this little comment from my friend, I mean, come on, we have to leave something for the imagination. But maybe in future videos I will talk about personal relations that I've had abroad and in the States. And anyways, this friend of mine who wrote this, like, you know my sex stories. Thank you guys for making it through this second part. If you haven't seen the first one, I'll link that above. And I had a lot of fun doing this question and answer. So if you liked it, please like and subscribe. And see you in the next one. À la prochaine. Ciao, ciao for now.